have the ever-impressive 3947.
The Last Crusaders.
Next to them, we have 1720.
Fixed Gears.
Their alliance partners, it's 1018.
The Robo Devils.
Down on the blue side, having just won an award, it's 1747.
Harrison Boiler Robotics.
And their alliance partners, it's 447.
Team Roboto.
Rounding out this alliance, it's 135.
Penn Robotics.
Oh, looks like we are green on the field. Drivers behind the line. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Huzzah! Third quarterfinal match now underway. Penn Robotics looks like they're going to go for the 3 recycling can set. See if we'll have our first autonomous score in a fair while now. And we will, if that stops. Hey, okay, it's still in the zone, whatever. That'll be 8 points for the Blue Alliance after our autonomous period. And wow, I don't even know if the buzzer had time to go off, and there's already a pool noodle on the floor. Red Alliance right away trying to get some of this unprocessed litter bonus, or at least attempt it. Team Roboto 447. Hey, it actually has numbers on it now. Good work, guys. Digging out the landfill zone now on the Blue Alliance floor, pushing some of these totes around and trying to push pool noodles perhaps into the landfill zone. Penn Robotics, the 135 machine for blue, working to line up for another stack. They've been building giant stacks this season. Today, the stacks have averaged maybe a little lower than they did in the regular season, but that's fine because they're still putting out great scores. Red Alliance sends yet another pool noodle across. We currently have 4 that would qualify as unprocessed litter over here on the Blue Alliance floor. Minute and 20 seconds left to see if they stay there. Last Crusaders for the Red Alliance. They have a 36-point stack. 36-point stack making its way to the Red Alliance score platform. Another pool noodle comes across. Another pool noodle comes across, but that one lands in the landfill, so it's okay. 1 minute remaining. Fixed Gears affixing some totes to their robot now. 5 totes and a recycling can. That would be worth 30 points if it's scored right now. See if they go for a 6 tote or if they just dump it on a platform. 47 seconds to go. Penn Robotics caps off that 5 tote stack with a recycling can and a litter, makes that stack worth a total of 36 points. 38 seconds to go. Harrison Boiler Robotics on blue. Trying to pick up one of these recycling cans over here by the inner step. See if they can get control of it and maybe cap off this stack. Team Roboto, they have the same idea. They're going to actually pick up the recycling can and move it in towards the stack and then decide to not stack it. More stacks going up. Last Crusaders now trying to add 2 totes and a recycling can onto that scoring platform, making that stack worth 12 points. 2 seconds, 1 second remaining. And we're going to tally up these stacks and get a score for you in just a moment.
Would Andy Baker please come to the scoring table? Andy Baker to the scoring table. Hey, Andy Baker. Andy Baker to the front of the field. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could give a big round of applause for Mr. Andy Baker, a rock star in every version of the word.
Thanks, Danny. He works for me, so he has to say those things.
So, Andy, if you could kind of talk about your background and how you got started in the FIRST program.
Okay, so I grew up in Monticello, north of here, and I went to University of Evansville. I got a mechanical engineering degree, so I got a BSME from U of E, and I got a job out of college to design robotic equipment at Delco Electronics, now known as Delphi, in Kokomo. So for 15 years, I was able to work on automation equipment within Delphi, formerly Delco, and while I was working there, I got the opportunity to work with the Technocats robotics team. Technocats in the house, and so I was on Technocats. I think 13 years. I think I started in '98, and I jumped over to a new team in 2012. So this will be my 18th year as a mentor, but I've always been involved with automation, robotics, that kind of stuff.
So what advice or what would you like to tell a lot of these kids about FIRST for life or what they can do with FIRST throughout college and after college?
Okay, so the thing I tell all the students who are involved with FIRST, my advice to you is to stay involved at these events. Stay involved at least as a volunteer at events. You see these guys and gals volunteering. That way they get to interact with these wonderful judges, the mentors, and they get to stay involved and keep some of their contacts. When I was in college, I was not mentor material, so I know it's hard advice to say you should mentor when you're in college. That's sometimes not the best advice for some students, but I do advise all of them to stay involved as volunteers just to keep their contacts and networking going.
All right. Thank you very much, Andy. And if anybody has any questions about Andy Mark, about the business, about how it got started, if they can get an internship, this is the guy to talk to. All right, and now I believe we have a final score from that last match.
Red Alliance 134, Blue Alliance 55. That's going to put the Red Alliance currently in our first seed position.